In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to work on your plantar flexion and your transverse abdominis contraction strength at the same time. So I've got a yoga ball here, or sometimes called a stability ball. And what we're going to be doing is coming into plantar flexion, which is essentially a fancy term for a calf raise. So bringing the heels up off the floor and pointing the ankle downwards, as well as trying to contract the transverse abdominis, so to contract your tummy muscles. So when we think about contracting, what a lot of people do, especially with the core, is they push out, right? So what I want you to do is get your feet at hip width apart. I want your hips to be in the middle of the yoga ball or stability ball. And then from here, I want you to have your chest up looking forwards. So we're going to try and keep this position whilst we're doing the calf raises or plantar flexion. Before we start though, it's really important that we start to draw in the stomach muscles. So I want you to contract, but contract by drawing in your belly button as opposed to pushing it out. Try and go for a 20 to 30% contraction. So if a 100% contraction is you contracting and squeezing in as hard as you can, then you're going to go to 20 or 30% and try and hold it there. So I've got my shoulders back, my chest's up, I've got a neutral straight back with a slight arch in my lower back. And from here, I'm now going to come into plantar flexion, and I'm trying to keep my hips in the same place. So as I come into plantar flexion, I'm trying not to come back or forwards, side to side with the hips. I'm keeping them really rigid in the middle of the ball as I'm doing my repetitions on both feet at the same time. That is how to do plantar flexion and how to contract your transverse abdominis at the same time during this exercise. You would repeat this for your desired sets and repetitions.